Hey, welcome to the Geosciences. So the Geosciences rock, and they put Eastern Washington University on the map. Boom. This is an introduction to our brand new program that we have at EWU Geosciences. We've got to share the faculty, our new program, locations where we are in Cheney, some of our scholarships and student research, internships and jobs. We'll talk a little about student research and even, like canoeing out to this island. There's our canoes right there. And mapping the geology and talking about the history of the area and talking about especially the basalts and things that we see on the coulee walls there. It's a really exciting program, and I'm glad you're here to share it with us. Here's our faculty. We have a wide variety from geoarchaeologists to wetlands and streams to GIS and the whole 9 yards. And then here's me, the department chair. I'm Chad. You can call me Dr. Pritchard if you want to, but most people call me Chad. And I teach structural geology and groundwater hydrology. Here's geosciences right here. We have a bachelor's of science and a bachelor's of arts, or BS and a BA. They're really, really similar in the fact they have a common core. The big difference is the bachelor of science is you would do math 142, which is pre-calculus 2. And then you would pick two, biology 171, chem 171, math, computer science. And we'll talk to you about other possibilities you could do. For those going to geology, I highly recommend chemistry 171 because it's a prerequisite for a lot of our other classes in geology. In geoscience, you just take certificates and you can stack them to make your degree and really make it your own personal experience. We also have professional geology, which is guided right towards the ASBOG, or the state license exam, to become a professional geologist. That's the name. And then we've got climate change and environmental justice, which are also 2 certificates, which you could stack as well. The Bachelor's of Arts, again, very, very similar, common. We just have 1 year of language. Our concentrations are geoscience, to build your own degree. What's kind of nice about that too is those certificates pop up on your transcript and show future employers or grad schools what you focused on while you were at Eastern Washington University Geosciences. And climate change and environmental justice are, of course, 2 very important things that we're trying to focus a little bit more on at Eastern Washington University. So that common core we talked about, we have Geoscience 1, 11, 12, 13, the Earth's interior, surface, and climate and weather. And then we go into the human geography, globalization, Anthropocene. And then we have a GIS class. You'll find that most jobs in the geosciences, whether they're a BA, more social science sort of oriented, or a BS, more of a science oriented, will have GIS, or Geographic Information Systems, as one of the optional requirements or preferred requirements for those jobs. So we make sure that all our students graduate with a little bit of knowledge, if not a whole certificate in GIS. We require geostatistics. This is one reason we sort of took away the requirement for calculus. Although if you want to go to grad school, we often recommend that you do take calculus for the BS, or that go into a master's of science. But we talked to people in industry and people in grad schools and everywhere. It really came out that statistics was the most important. And we want to teach our students statistics using ArcGIS, R, and real life issues. So it's more of an applied statistics class, a very, very useful and exciting class. We also have a seminar class. We talk about making CVs, how to apply to internships, how to apply to jobs, and really just kind of how to be included in the geosciences for the most part. And then we also have a capstone. These are our certificates. We got a lot of them. The GIS, Geographic Information, remote sensing, so drones, LIDAR, things like that, digital geoarchaeology, wetland science and management, water resources, environmental justice, climate change, river studies and leadership, wildfire science and management is really kind of blowing up here, especially at Eastern Washington University. And of course, this professional geology concentration, which is also a certificate starting next year. We'll still offer the minors in geology, geography, environmental science, and we have a more recent edition of geotechnical engineering. If you want to go that route, please notice for the geotechnical engineering minor that calculus and physics are also prerequisites for that. Most everything else is pretty mellow, though, as far as the background sciences. Location. We are in Patterson Hall right now. That's where I am. But a lot of our classes are being taught in this interdisciplinary science center, the one that kind of looks like a steam cruiser right in there. The Lido deck's right there in the glass. The old science building right to the left with all the pipes sticking out of it is getting refurbished right now. And so hopefully starting next academic year, 23-24, we'll be starting to teach a little bit in that class, and definitely have our offices in the science building. So Patterson Science still has a couple classrooms, but then we're mostly in the interdisciplinary science center. And you can see that right across from Big Red Field and the water tower right there. Scholarships and grants at Eastern Washington University. We always push our students to do independent research. It's very important to apply what you learn at Eastern. And so we also have ways to fund that research in-house. So we'll help fund you in your geosciences, from the Weisborn to the Felix and Charles Munchler Memorial Scholarships. We have a brand new Klaus and Bill Young's Environmental Studies and Anna Dvorak Memorial Scholarship. A lot of different scholarships. So when you come in to talk to us for advising, we get an academic plan put together. We'll also talk about scholarships, because we like to engage our sciences, our geosciences, and it's not always just in the field. We can be in laboratories as well, but I happen to be in the field, and I put this PowerPoint together. So there's a picture of a drone. It's got a thermal imaging camera, and this is an award-winning project that Ethan worked on. And then we have Chelsea Howard, and they did a wonderful job on stratigraphy. And then Rex Lloyd up on top is now a senior geologist in Spokane. Pretty exciting stuff in Eastern Washington University Geosciences. So please come here and we'll engage you and have it applied. And we talk about climate change. We're starting to talk a lot more about carbon budgeting, because there's jobs popping up now where you can work for companies to calculate carbon budgets. There's also prairie restoration on campus, where we're taking 150 acres and turning it back into grasslands. And though that's kind of more biology, we do a lot with groundwater, surface water, soils, drone mapping, surveying, and all sorts of great stuff. So we're always keeping active and getting around and getting in the field and working in the labs and having a good time. GIS Certificate is one of our big employers in that region, where you can make your maps, interpret maps, have a very, very interesting career working with maps in the GIS and ArcGIS realm. Student research is really big at Eastern. We have all sorts of different in-class and out-of-class independent research. We always have students go work with faculty and do what they want, so that they have it applied and they know exactly what they're talking about when they graduate. It could be in wetlands, wildfire. I work with groundwater all the time, sometimes structural geology. Drones are very common to be used. And then we have students present those at either like Murdoch right here in undergraduate research, or we'll host the Geologic Society of America meeting for the Cordillera and Rocky Mountain section in May 24. And so I hope a lot of students will be presenting at that. And it is a really strong part of our program that our students do so much independent research and get out in the field or in the lab. And then jobs, I would say 93 to almost 100% of our students are going straight into the job market / grad school, because there's jobs right now. We have a lot of students doing different features up. You can see right there, there's that drone at Porcupine Bay Road landslide. And here's like a list of all our different jobs, not all of them, but there's like a whole bunch of different places where our students work. A lot of our students find local work quickly after graduating, good paying jobs. And we like to keep in contact with our alumni as well. And we really look forward to working with you at Eastern and into the future as you become a lifelong learner. So thank you very much for learning a little bit more about the geoscience program. I'm Dr. Chad Pritchard, and our office administrator is still Melissa Knapp. You can email at Geosciences and we'll get back to you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.